Have you ever taken a personality test and discovered you're an INFJ? Or are you curious about this rare and intriguing personality type? Whether you're an INFJ or want to understand someone who is, you're in the right place. INFJs are known as the advocate or the counselor personality type, one of the 16 types in the Myers-Briggs system. But what makes them unique, and why are they considered the rarest personality types? Today, we're diving deep into the INFJ world, guided by the pioneering psychological theories of Carl Jung, whose groundbreaking work laid the foundation for the personality types we know today. INFJs are incredibly rare, making up only about 1 to 2% of the global population. Think about that for a second. Out of 100 people you meet, only 1 or 2 might be an INFJ. This rarity adds to the mystique of the INFJ personality. They are often described as having a deep sense of purpose, an almost psychic ability to read people's emotions, and a complex inner world rich with meaning and thought. Despite this, many INFJs feel they need to be more understood and in the right place. They live in a fast-paced, detail-focused world that often rewards extroversion. But INFJs prefer deep, meaningful conversations over small talk, and they thrive when they can help others discover their true potential. In this video, we will break down everything you need to know about INFJs, from their key personality traits and how they relate to Carl Jung's theories, to their unique challenges in relationships and life. We'll also explore how INFJs can tap into their strengths and navigate the world in a way that feels authentic to them. So, whether you're an INFJ looking to understand yourself better, or here to learn more about someone in your life, this video is for you. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. And if you are looking to achieve a deeper understanding of yourself and your personality type, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. Let's dive in. Introduction to Carl Jung and personality types. Let's start with Carl Jung. If you've ever heard of concepts like introversion, extroversion, or intuition, you've been touched by Jung's psychological theories. He believed that people are wired differently in how they think, feel, and interact with the world, leading to the development of personality types. INFJ stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging, a unique combination that makes this type deeply empathetic and highly introspective. But what does this mean in real life? How do these traits appear in the daily lives of INFJs? And why do they often feel like they don't quite fit in with the rest of the world? We'll uncover the mysteries of the INFJ mind, how they think, feel, and operate, and explore their gifts and challenges. INFJ personality. Let's start with the basics. INFJ stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. This personality type is one of the 16 recognized in the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, or MBTI, a system deeply rooted in Carl Jung's psychological theories. But what sets INFJs apart from other types, and why do they embody such a rare combination of traits? To understand INFJs, we have to break down the acronym. Each of these letters represents a core trait that defines how INFJs think, process information, and relate to the world. Introverted. INFJs are naturally inward focused, which means they gain energy from spending time alone and reflecting on their thoughts. Unlike extroverts who thrive in social settings, INFJs often need solitude to recharge. Intuitive. This means INFJs are big picture thinkers. They're more interested in the abstract than the concrete, often focusing on possibilities, patterns, and meanings beneath the surface. Rather than focusing on the here and now, they look toward what could be, constantly exploring the deeper meaning behind things. Feeling. INFJs make decisions based on their values and how situations affect people. They prioritize harmony and empathy over cold logic and are deeply tuned in to the emotions of those around them. Judging. Despite being dreamers and visionaries, INFJs prefer structure and planning. They like to be organized and are happiest when they stick to a well-thought-out plan. But what makes INFJs truly unique is how these traits come together. They are visionaries who care deeply about others, but are also deeply introspective and need time to process their emotions and ideas. They are idealists, driven by a desire to make the world a better place, but can struggle with the complexity and contradictions of their nature. Why INFJs are considered rare. INFJs are often described as the rarest personality type. Only 1 to 2% of the global population is estimated to have this personality. This rarity isn't just about numbers, but the specific combination of traits that make up an INFJ. Carl Jung believed that each person has different cognitive functions, and INFJs are one of the most unusual combinations of these functions. They combine the abstract thinking of intuition with the depth of feeling and organize their lives with a sense of purpose and clarity, guided by their values. For example, an INFJ might be the person who listens intently when you're going through a tough time, offering deep insights and compassion, while also quietly thinking about how they can help you find solutions. They aren't just listening, they're analyzing the bigger picture, seeing connections others might miss, and figuring out how to guide you through the emotional landscape. This makes INFJs unique. They understand emotions and feel deeply responsible for helping others navigate theirs. The core INFJ experience, a rich inner world. One of the most defining characteristics of INFJs is their complex inner world. For INFJs, much of their life happens beneath the surface. They constantly process their thoughts, feelings, and the world around them on a deep, often subconscious level. This inner life is rich with meaning, symbolism, and ideas. INFJs are drawn to understanding life's big questions. Why are we here? What is the purpose of this experience? How can I make a difference in the world? These are the types of thoughts that often occupy an INFJ's mind. They aren't as concerned with day-to-day details or the superficial aspects of life. Instead, they focus on how things connect, what they mean, and how they can contribute to the greater good. However, this can sometimes make INFJs feel isolated or misunderstood. Because their thought processes and motivations are so internal and complex, they might struggle to express them to others. They crave deep connections and understanding, but often feel like they need help to get them. This sense of being different is something many INFJs experience from a young age, which can lead to a lifelong journey of trying to find where they fit in. What drives INFJs? Purpose and meaning. At their core, INFJs are driven by a desire for purpose and meaning. They aren't content with going through the motions of life. They want to know that what they're doing matters. This can be seen in their career choices, relationships, and hobbies. They often pursue paths where they feel they can make a difference, whether helping others, advocating for social justice, or expressing themselves through creative outlets. This idealism is both a strength and a challenge for INFJs. On the one hand, it pushes them to be empathetic, thoughtful, and visionary. On the other hand, it can also make them feel overwhelmed by the weight of their expectations, both of themselves and the world. They may struggle with perfectionism or become discouraged when the reality doesn't match their idealistic vision. INFJs are a rare and fascinating personality type, shaped by a unique blend of empathy, intuition, and idealism. They live much of their lives internally, seeking meaning and connection in everything they do. While their rarity can make them feel misunderstood or out of place, it also gives them the ability to see the world in a way that others cannot. In the next sections, we'll dive deeper into the traits that define INFJs, their strengths, challenges, and how they navigate the world around them. Core traits of INFJs. INFJs are complex individuals with a rich blend of traits that make them intriguing and deeply unique. Below are some core characteristics that define INFJs and make them stand out as one of the rarest personality types. 1. Deep empathy and compassion. At the heart of INFJs is their incredible empathy. INFJs naturally can pick up on other people's emotions, often sensing what someone is feeling even before they recognize it themselves. This isn't just surface-level sympathy. INFJs feel what others are going through as if it were happening to them. This deep emotional connection allows them to be excellent listeners and trusted confidants. They thrive in roles where they can help and support others, whether as counselors, friends, or mentors. However, this empathy can sometimes become overwhelming. Because they absorb the emotions of those around them, INFJs may find themselves emotionally drained or burdened by others' pain. They must learn to set healthy boundaries and practice self-care to prevent burnout. 2. Strong intuition and visionary thinking. INFJs are known for their intuitive, solid sense. This goes beyond gut feelings. INFJs have an almost uncanny ability to perceive patterns and connections in the world around them. They often just know things without being able to explain how they know. This ability stems from their dominant cognitive function, introverted intuition, NI, which allows them to see the big picture, anticipate future outcomes, and understand underlying motivations. INFJs are visionary thinkers who constantly look for deeper meaning in situations. They are drawn to abstract ideas and think about purpose, morality, and human potential. This trait allows them to develop innovative ideas and solutions, often seeing possibilities others might overlook. Because of this, INFJs often excel in roles that require creative problem solving or big picture planning, such as in psychology, social justice, writing, or the arts. Their visionary thinking is a gift, but it can also lead to frustration when others don't see things as clearly or deeply as they do. 3. Complexity and a rich inner world. INFJs live much of their lives inside their heads, where their inner world is rich, complex, and constantly evolving. They are introspective and spend much time reflecting on their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. For INFJs, the internal world is often more vivid and significant than the external one. They are driven by a constant desire to understand themselves and the world more deeply. This complexity can sometimes make INFJs feel misunderstood. They may struggle to articulate the depth of their thoughts or emotions to others, especially when those around them seem more focused on surface-level interactions. As a result, INFJs often feel like outsiders, as if they are living in a different world from the people around them. 4. Idealism and moral integrity. INFJs are often referred to as idealists. They hold strong values and are driven by a desire to make the world a better place. They believe in the power of kindness, compassion, and justice, and strive to live in a way that reflects their deeply held principles. This is why many INFJs are drawn to careers in social work, counseling, or activism, anything that allows them to contribute to the well-being of others. However, this idealism can also be a double-edged sword. INFJs have high expectations, both of themselves and the world. When reality falls short of these ideals, they can become disillusioned or discouraged. Learning to balance their idealism with practicality is one of the key challenges for INFJs. INFJs in relationships. INFJs are deeply emotional and sensitive individuals, which naturally affects how they approach relationships. They crave genuine, meaningful connections, but often struggle with vulnerability and setting boundaries. Emotional depth and sensitivity. INFJs form deep bonds with the people they care about. They aren't interested in superficial relationships. They seek connections where they can be truly seen and understood. In relationships, INFJs are incredibly attentive, thoughtful, and loyal. They remember the little details about their loved ones and always look for ways to show appreciation and care. However, INFJs are also highly sensitive. This means they can easily be hurt by others, even unintentionally. Because they feel things so deeply, INFJs often take criticism or conflict personally, and it can take them a long time to recover from emotional wounds. They need partners or friends who understand their sensitivity and are willing to communicate with compassion and empathy. The struggle with vulnerability. While INFJs are great at understanding and helping others, they often find it challenging to open up about their emotions. They are so used to being the counselor or problem solver in their relationships that they may suppress their needs and feelings. This can lead to frustration or resentment when they feel they are always giving but not receiving the same emotional support. INFJs need to learn that asking for help and expressing their relationship needs is okay. Vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength that allows for deeper connection and understanding. Conflict avoidance and the INFJ door slam. INFJs tend to avoid conflict at all costs. They dislike confrontation and often go out of their way to maintain harmony in their relationships. However, when conflict does arise, INFJs may struggle to express their true feelings. Instead of addressing the issue head-on, they might withdraw emotionally or keep their feelings to themselves. This behavior can lead to what is known as the INFJ door slam. If an INFJ feels repeatedly hurt or taken advantage of, they may eventually cut someone out of their life entirely, with little warning or explanation. This is often a self-protective mechanism, as INFJs feel deeply hurt and need to distance themselves from the source of pain. While the door slam might seem sudden to others, it's usually the result of long-standing issues that the INFJ has been trying to cope internally. INFJ strengths and challenges. INFJs possess a range of powerful strengths that can lead them to success in many areas of life. However, these strengths often come with challenges that INFJs must navigate carefully. INFJ strengths. 1. Visionary thinking and problem solving. One of the most impressive strengths of the INFJ is their ability to see the big picture. INFJs are natural problem solvers who can anticipate outcomes and solve complex issues creatively. They're not just thinking about the immediate problem, they're considering how different factors connect, how people are affected, and what long-term consequences may arise. This visionary thinking makes them excellent at planning, strategizing, and leading others toward a common goal. In roles that require leadership or guidance, such as teaching, counseling, or project management, INFJs excel because they can motivate and inspire others while keeping sight of the overarching vision. 2. Emotional intelligence. INFJs possess a high level of emotional intelligence. They are keenly aware of the emotional dynamics in any situation and can navigate social interactions with tact and empathy. This makes them highly effective in roles that require interpersonal skills, such as counseling, diplomacy, or leadership positions, where understanding people is key. They also naturally can read between the lines in conversations, picking up on subtle cues that others might miss. This skill allows them to resolve conflicts, offer meaningful advice, and foster strong, supportive relationships. 3. Creative expression. INFJs often have a natural affinity for creative expression. Whether writing, painting, music, or another artistic medium, INFJs use creativity to channel their deep thoughts and emotions. They are drawn to art forms that allow them to explore complex ideas and convey their understanding of the human experience. Many INFJs find fulfillment in careers or hobbies that allow them to express themselves creatively. INFJ challenges. 1. Emotional overload and burnout. While INFJ's empathy and compassion are strengths, they can also lead to emotional overload. Because INFJs are so attuned to others' emotions, they can easily become overwhelmed by the weight of others' problems. This is especially true if they are in a caregiving role, where they may feel responsible for the well-being of others. Without proper boundaries and self-care, INFJs are at risk of burnout. They need to learn to take time for themselves, recharge, and protect their emotional energy to avoid becoming drained. 2. Perfectionism and high expectations. INFJs often set incredibly high standards for themselves and others. They strive for perfection in everything they do, and when things don't go according to plan, they can harshly criticize themselves. This perfectionism can lead to frustration or disappointment when reality doesn't match their idealistic vision. While striving for excellence can be beneficial, INFJs need to learn to balance their idealism with self-compassion. They must recognize that perfection isn't always achievable and that it's okay to accept things as they are, even if they aren't perfect. 3. Struggling to set boundaries. Because INFJs are so empathetic and eager to help, they often struggle with setting boundaries. They may take on too much responsibility or overextend themselves to meet others' needs. This can lead to resentment or exhaustion when they don't receive the same care. Learning to say no and establishing healthy boundaries is crucial for INFJs to maintain their emotional well-being and avoid burnout. INFJs are complex individuals with unique traits that make them both powerful and vulnerable. Their deep empathy, visionary thinking, and creativity are incredible. INFJs in the world. INFJs have a unique set of talents and attributes that make them impactful in their personal lives and influential in their professional and social environments. With their deep intuition, creativity, and sense of purpose, INFJs are often driven to make meaningful contributions to society. Let's explore how INFJs show up in the world, their career paths, and some famous INFJs who embody the strengths and challenges of this rare personality type. Famous INFJs. INFJs are often drawn to roles where they can bring about positive change, and some of the most famous people in history, believed to be INFJs, have done exactly that. Their idealism, compassion, and ability to inspire others have left a lasting impact on the world. Mahatma Gandhi. Known for his philosophy of nonviolent resistance, Gandhi is often considered a quintessential INFJ. His deep compassion for the oppressed and unwavering commitment to justice exemplify the INFJ's idealism. Gandhi's vision for a free and peaceful India and his ability to lead others toward that goal demonstrate the INFJ's natural leadership qualities when a higher purpose drives them. Martin Luther King Jr. Another figure believed to be an INFJ, King was a visionary leader in the civil rights movement. Like many INFJs, King's activism was rooted in a profound sense of justice and a desire to create a better world. His speeches, full of emotional depth and a strong moral vision, are classic examples of how INFJs can inspire others through their words and ideals. Mother Teresa. Known for her selfless work with people experiencing poverty, Mother Teresa's life exemplifies how INFJs use their compassion and empathy to serve others. Her unwavering commitment to helping those in need, combined with her deep sense of spirituality, aligns with the INFJ's drive to make a meaningful difference in the lives of others. These figures highlight the impact of INFJs, who channel their empathy, vision, and idealism into a cause greater than themselves. INFJs often seek to leave a lasting legacy driven by their desire to help others and create a better future. Career paths for INFJs. INFJs are often drawn to careers that allow them to express their creativity, help others, or make a difference. They thrive in environments where they can use their deep empathy and insight to solve complex problems, whether interpersonal, societal, or artistic. Some common career paths for INFJs include 1. Counseling and psychology. Given their natural empathy and ability to understand others' emotions, INFJs often excel as counselors, therapists, or psychologists. These roles allow them to support and guide people through their emotional struggles while making a tangible difference. 2. Creative writing and the arts. INFJs have a rich inner world and a love for expressing complex ideas. Many INFJs find fulfillment in creative pursuits, such as writing, painting, or filmmaking, where they can explore the human condition and share their insights with others. 3. Social work and advocacy. INFJs are deeply driven by their desire to help others and fight for justice. Careers in social work, activism, or nonprofit organizations allow them to channel their idealism into creating real change, often by advocating for the underprivileged or fighting against societal injustices. 4. Teaching and education. INFJs often make excellent teachers, particularly in fields that allow them to mentor and guide others. Their ability to see potential in their students, combined with their passion for helping others grow, makes them well suited to roles in education. 5. Humanitarian and nonprofit work. Many INFJs are drawn to careers in humanitarian work because they desire to make the world a better place. Whether working with refugees, advocating for human rights, or supporting environmental causes, INFJs often find meaning in roles that allow them to contribute to the greater good. While these careers are common for INFJs, the most important factor is that the work aligns with their values and allows them to impact the world positively. INFJs need a sense of purpose in their work. Without it, they can quickly become disillusioned or burned out. The INFJ's role in society. Despite their introverted nature, INFJs can be powerful agents of change. They have a strong sense of duty to society, and their idealism often pushes them to take on leadership roles or advocate for causes they believe in. While INFJs may not seek the spotlight, they often end up in positions where they influence and inspire others. INFJs are often the quiet, behind-the-scenes forces driving positive change. They may not be the most vocal or outgoing, but they are deeply committed to their ideals and will work tirelessly to realize them. Whether through one-on-one interactions or large-scale movements, INFJs leave their mark on the world by staying true to their values and using their unique insights to make a difference. How INFJs can thrive. INFJs have incredible potential, but their sensitivity and perfectionism can sometimes make navigating the world difficult. To thrive, INFJs need to embrace their strengths while finding ways to manage their emotional challenges. Here are some strategies for INFJs to cultivate their well-being, achieve balance, and make the most of their unique abilities. 1. Prioritizing self-care and solitude. One of the most important things an INFJ can do for their well-being is to prioritize self-care. Because INFJs focus on helping others, they often neglect their needs. Over time, this can lead to emotional exhaustion, burnout, and even resentment. To avoid this, INFJs must make self-care a non-negotiable part of their routine. Alone time. INFJs recharge by spending time alone. Solitude allows them to process their thoughts and emotions, reflect on their experiences, and regain energy. INFJs needs to carve out time to be alone through journaling, meditation, or simply spending time in nature. Mindfulness and meditation. Practices like mindfulness and meditation can be especially beneficial for INFJs, as they help quiet the mind and bring awareness to the present moment. INFJs often spend so much time in their heads that they can become overwhelmed by their thoughts and emotions. Mindfulness helps them reconnect with their bodies and find peace in the present. 2. Setting boundaries. INFJs are natural givers, sometimes leading to them giving too much of themselves. They have difficulty saying no, especially when they feel someone needs their help. However, learning to set healthy boundaries is essential for INFJs to maintain their emotional and mental well-being. Learning to say no. INFJs must recognize that they cannot be everything to everyone. It's okay to say no to requests for help if they feel overwhelmed or it compromises their well-being. By setting clear boundaries, INFJs can ensure they have the energy to care for themselves and continue sustainably helping others. Recognizing emotional limits. INFJs are deeply empathetic, but need to learn to protect themselves from emotional overload. This might mean limiting time spent with people who drain their energy, or finding ways to emotionally distance themselves from other people's problems when necessary. 3. Embracing imperfection. INFJs often struggle with perfectionism. They hold themselves to incredibly high standards and may become frustrated or disappointed when they don't meet those expectations. To thrive, INFJs need to learn to embrace imperfection and let go of the need to control everything. Self-compassion. Self-compassion is crucial for INFJs. Instead of criticizing themselves when they fall short, they should learn to treat themselves with kindness and understanding. This helps them manage their high expectations and prevents them from becoming too hard on themselves. Letting go of perfectionism. INFJs need to remember that perfection isn't always necessary or attainable. It's okay to make mistakes, and sometimes good enough is truly enough. By letting go of the need for perfection, INFJs can reduce stress and enjoy the process rather than being fixated on the outcome. 4. Pursuing meaningful goals. INFJs thrive when they have a sense of purpose. For an INFJ, it's not enough to just get by in life. They need to feel that they are working towards something meaningful. Whether through their career, personal projects, or relationships, INFJs should focus on pursuing goals that align with their values and passions. Aligning work with values. INFJs are happiest when their work reflects their ideals and allows them to make a positive impact. They should seek out careers or projects that fulfill their need for purpose, whether helping others, creating art, or advocating for a cause they believe in. Setting realistic goals. While INFJs are visionary thinkers, they sometimes struggle with turning their ideas into actionable steps. Setting clear, realistic goals helps them stay focused and motivated without becoming overwhelmed. Breaking larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks can also prevent the INFJ from feeling paralyzed by the big picture. 5. Cultivating deep relationships. INFJs are selective about their relationships, but crave deep, meaningful connections. To thrive, INFJs should focus on cultivating relationships that offer mutual support and understanding. Surrounding themselves with supportive people. INFJs need to be around people who appreciate their depth and sensitivity. They should build a close circle of friends or loved ones who understand their need for emotional intimacy and can offer support when they need it. Opening up and being vulnerable. While INFJs are great at listening to others, they often struggle to share their emotions. Opening up and being vulnerable with trusted people can strengthen their relationships and help them feel more connected. Vulnerability isn't a sign of weakness. It's essential to building deeper connections. INFJs have the potential to make a profound impact on the world, but they must take care of themselves to avoid emotional burnout and live fulfilling lives. By prioritizing self-care, setting boundaries, pursuing meaningful goals, and cultivating deep relationships, INFJs can thrive while staying true to their unique gifts. Through their vision, empathy, and idealism, INFJs can inspire others and bring positive change to the world around them. Now that we've explored the fascinating world of INFJs, their deep empathy, visionary thinking, and the unique challenges they face, you're well on your way to understanding one of the rarest personality types. Whether you're an INFJ or just trying to get to know someone who is, you've gained insight into what drives them, how they navigate relationships, and how they can thrive in life. But before you go, there's one more critical element about INFJs that could unlock an even deeper understanding of their nature, and it's something that most people aren't aware of. A surprising, often hidden aspect of the INFJ personality plays a massive role in handling stress, decision-making, and emotional boundaries. Curious? In our next video, we're diving into the unexpected dark side of INFJs and how they balance their intense idealism with the practical challenges of everyday life. It's a must-watch if you want to understand the INFJ experience, and trust me fully, you don't want to miss it. Click on the video linked here to uncover the hidden depths of INFJs that almost no one talks about.